Let's talk about feeding the tribe, the power of the gut and its influence on the human microbiome, and how probiotics are a necessary part of a healthy nutrition plan. But before we get into probiotics and their benefits, we need to give you some background on the human microbiome and what it is and what it does. So Hippocrates said that all disease begins in the gut. First, I want you to watch my video on the root of all disease and how I discuss multiple factors affecting disease growth. Because all of these factors influence disease state in the body, you can't say that the root of all disease is in your gut, but about 90% of all illness can be traced back to the health of the gut. So, the human microbiome, you guys, is so fascinating. Do you know that the microbes in your body outnumber your cells over 10 to 1, and they are absolutely necessary for your health? There are 10 times more bacteria, in our bodies than what make up our bodies. That's about 100 trillion bacterial microbes. Furthermore, there are about 10,000 different species of microbes, each having their own set of DNA. Yeah, that's about 8 million different genes. So for every human gene, there's over 360 microbial ones. You can see how this could affect the epigenetics and whether or not you develop diseases passed through genes from past generations. A quick side note on epigenetics. Epigenetics is how your environment, and lifestyle choices impact your genes and their function. So you can't change your DNA sequence that you inherited, but you can change the way that they're read, the way the sequence is read. That's the basis of epigenetics. For example, if you inherit a gene sequence for heart disease, it's there, but your lifestyle choices influence how those genes, the gene sequences, are read. So you may never experience the development of the disease that you inherited. Because of epigenetics, you can't blame the genetics that you have, or you can't blame your genes for your health state anymore. Your lifestyle choices have the greatest influence on your health. There is so much more that we could talk about with epigenetics that we could cover, but we got to get back to human microbiome and the importance of probiotics. Okay, the human microbiome. So this involves the gut-brain axis, or the GBA, which is the communication channel from the central nervous system to the enteric nervous system. This is primarily through the vagus nerve, which is from the brain to the gut and back and forth. It's an information highway that we use to communicate to the rest of the body, and is based off of the integrity of the entire system. You could see how this could have a heavy impact on your mood or emotional well-being. In fact, over 80% of all your serotonin produced in the body is actually in the gut from the microbiota, not up in here. The health of the microbiome is the most important part of neurotransmitters and their function, and as well as your immune function, as well as detoxification of the body, modulation of inflammation, endocrine health, libido, nutrient absorption and vitamin production, and so much more. Certain healthy bacteria is involved in even signaling whether or not you're hungry, whether you crave carbohydrates or fat, All of these factors have to do whether or not we have allergies and are linked to asthma, ADD, ADHD, cancer, diabetes, dementia, and a whole host of other diseases. Basically, how you feel physically and how you feel emotionally has everything to do with your gut health. So what influences a healthy microbiome? Well, first and foremost, the microbes and bacteria in your gut are primarily influenced by the food that you eat, what you put in here. The food that you eat is the most important variable to the health and diversity of your microbiome, and therefore your overall health. So what are foods that nourish the tribe? These are prebiotic foods, or high fiber foods such as plant foods, roots, vegetables, fruits, that provide fuel for the gut microbes so they flourish, multiply, and extend their life. Also things like healthy fats from animal foods and plant sources that improve gut lining and give essential nutrients to the gut, okay? Fermented foods such as yogurt, kefir from animal or plant sources, and other fermented vegetables like kimchi, sauerkraut, pickled vegetables, all provide a plentiful amount of healthy bacteria for the gut. And also foods like bone broths, which have beneficial collagen and gelatins and other important nutrients and cofactors that strengthen the gut lining themselves. So what about foods that create dysbiosis or an imbalance of healthy gut flora? These are foods that are found in high sugar foods or highly refined processed carbohydrates, as well as high gluten grains, chlorine and fluoride from water, artificial sweeteners, colors, and flavors found in foods, and most pharmaceutical drugs, especially antibiotics. These all increase the permeability of the gut lining, leading to bacteria and toxins to pass through the gut into the bloodstream, causing inflammation and all sorts of health problems. So because these unhealthy foods are so prevalent in most people's diets, you can see the importance of taking a quality probiotic, such as doTERRA's PB Assist. So this is doTERRA's PB Assist. This is what I suggest. It is full of several strains or varieties of beneficial bacteria that improve the integrity and overall health of the environment of the gut and the microbiome, okay? So why would you take this instead of just eating fermented foods? Well, it has been double encapsulated so that the probiotics themselves reach the gut and aren't destroyed in the harsh environment of the stomach. That doesn't mean that the beneficial bacteria from your foods don't reach the gut, because they do, but it does mean that you get more of them to the intestines than other brands on the market, okay? That's right. This product is a foundation for improving gut health, and therefore will improve all things related to gut health, okay? These are things like your mood or emotional well-being, okay? Your immune system function, modulating inflammation, detoxification of the body, your endocrine system and libido, nutrient absorption and vitamin production. I get it, you guys. This has been a load of information for some of you and can feel overwhelming. So where do you start? How can you improve the health of your gut? Well, start with the nutritional lifestyle changes that you can make right now, today. Take a couple PB Assist capsules per day with a meal, okay? Next, eat more fiber-rich probiotic foods such as chia seeds, flax seeds, garlic, onions, Jerusalem artichoke, dandelion greens, leeks, gluten-free, oats, barley, apples, jicama, chicory root, etc. every single day. Okay, a little side note. Some people have sensitivities to certain high-fiber foods called FODMAPs that can cause gas and bloating. If you are one of them, like me, then test these foods out first and see if they are well tolerated. Okay, to learn more about FODMAP sensitivities, go to Monash University's website at monash.foodmap.com for more information. On top of introducing fiber-rich foods, subtract one unhealthy food, such as refined carbohydrate foods like white bread, fried chips, crackers, cookies, pastries, and other sugary foods. Yes, just one at a time so you don't feel deprived, okay? Subtract just one thing at a time. And then when you feel like you can subtract another thing, then do that, okay? Another thing that you could increase would be drink more purified water instead of tap water, decreasing the amount of chlorine and fluoride that damages the microbiome. Start there and eat more whole foods and less overly processed foods. It's that simple. To learn more about whole foods, okay, versus processed foods, check out my video, The Power of Whole Foods. Okay, you guys, just remember that it's not what you do some of the time that counts, but what you do most of the time that counts. Consistency is the key to the success of your health. Be driven by purpose. We'll see you.